One of the most obvious signs where the figure you're looking at is the bootleg is where the figure has a very glossy and shiny skin. This Hu Tao here is no exception. As you can see, her leg is very shiny under lighting. In genuine figures, they usually have a matte or flat coating over the skin area to make the skin appear more realistic. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven and today I have a rather special video for you guys. Hopefully it is something entertaining, and as you can tell from the title of this video, this is a bootleg figure over here, but not just any ordinary bootleg. This is Hu Tao from Genshin Impact, and as far as I can tell, there are no licensed genuine figure of Hu Tao yet out there in the figure market. So where did this thing even come from? I mean, usually counterfeit or bootleg figure makers, they will obtain or steal the blueprint of a particular figure from a genuine source somewhere out there. So where did they obtain the blueprint of this figure from? Most likely it has to be a garage kit, which was possibly a limited one being sold in Wonder Festival, for example. It is not uncommon for people from China, they would visit Wonder Festival in Japan, and then they'll buy a sample or two back and then they try to copy it. There is where you'll find recast garage kits. But at the same time, recast garage kits are not the only things they do nowadays. They are also converting garage kits into pre-painted scale figures like what you're looking at over here. If you're wondering how much did I even pay for this thing and where did I find this figure, yeah, it is China's e-commerce website Taobao. They have both genuine and bootleg figures over there. It all depends on whether you are able to read Mandarin Chinese. I can read to a certain extent, but I wouldn't consider my grasp in language Chinese to be very strong either, but good enough for me to shop properly online in Chinese websites and being able to differentiate the genuine from the bootleg ones. So you can say I purchased this thing on purpose. The reason being, well, there are 2 or 3 main reasons why I did so. The first thing was that I was shipping some furniture over to equip my studio, and I wanted to combine ship a few items via sea freight, and yeah, I just wanted to throw something in just to reach that particular specific weight, shipping weight for my sea freight to get the best value. And then yeah, I happened to come across this figure of Hu Tao and I was just very curious about it and just throw her into sea freight together with my other furniture. It cost almost nothing to ship her compared to my other heavier stuff in the same shipping. Yeah. Well, that was the first reason why I picked up this figure of Hu Tao. But the second more important reason is that I am preparing to make this one tutorial video to help out every single figure collector out there, especially the newbies, on differentiating bootlegs from genuine figures. So I actually need multiple samples, multiple bootleg figures to inspect them and collect data and so on to prepare for this one tutorial or guideline. That's the main reason. There is really no need to go into that much detail on reviewing this thing, but nonetheless, I shall entertain you guys a bit. So this is a very tall figure. I did not measure, but this is probably 1:7 scale and at least 27 centimeters, maybe even taller than that. In my one previous video I published regarding a bootleg figure, that one was a 1:4 scale Lucifer and pretty well made for a counterfeit figure, but this Hu Tao right here is the exact opposite of that. She isn't well made at all. In fact, I have nothing nice to say about this bootleg of Hu Tao over here. The face of this figure, yeah, there is some resemblance to the actual character, but that's about it. The face is not nice at all. Lots and lots of gaps, seam lines all over the figure, on her body, paint bleeding and so on, parts not being precisely painted, and on the back of the figure it is even worse. Her hair just looks terrible, a lot of mold lines all over the place, yeah. So this is pretty much what a bootleg is usually. Though there are some higher quality bootlegs out there, as I've shown in my previous video, that was a rather popular one. This one is not one of them, so I'm not sure even why these companies are even trying. If you're wondering what company made this figure of Hu Tao, there is no company at all. This is like a white label product where some shady factory out there just mass produce something they stole and then trying to make some profit of it. This is what her box looks like. So you see, when you look around the box in front and behind, all of it everywhere, you can't find a single brand name. So this is like a white label product. In fact, the colors of the photos are already way off the white balance there. Everything is not right. And yeah, this figure did not even come with an instruction sheet on how to assemble this figure, even though she was split into 2 or 3 parts. Yeah. The foot peg is amusingly long and obviously with no metal reinforcement, and with this kind of foot peg, one single PVC foot peg going so long and deep into the base, things are not going to end well eventually. It is going to break or lean over time. No matter how hard I tried to push her foot peg, it couldn't fully enter the base, which I think is a good thing, because if I do manage to push it entirely into the base, most likely I won't be able to take the figure apart again. And of course, the base is not even properly made, right? The base is not even, as you can see. Yeah, this figure rocks because the base is not flat at the bottom. The bottom of the base just looks terrible to an amusing extent, in fact. The last part of this figure, which is also very problematic, is the spear over here. It took me a lot of force to insert this spear along her right hand, right? It was very difficult, and I was very afraid that I might end up breaking something, because I don't want to break this figure until I've made a video about her. So it will be kind of sad if I end up breaking something before I even managed to film this figure. So yeah, I suppose that you can look forward to a tutorial in future where I will make a comprehensive guide on differentiating bootleg figures from genuine ones, and I don't mean just buying online, but also walking into a physical store, a figure store, and being able to tell at first glance whether that thing is the real deal or a fake, right? Though this tutorial is probably still a few months away, I'm working hard towards it. This idea has been in my mind for some time. One of the most obvious signs where the figure you're looking at is the bootleg is where the figure has a very glossy and shiny skin. This Hu Tao here is no exception. As you can see, her leg is very shiny under lighting. In genuine figures, they usually have a matte or flat coating over the skin area to make the skin appear more realistic, but this coating is very expensive, so bootleg makers, they can't afford to do that, which is why bootleg figures, they often have very shiny or glossy skin. The only genuine figures out there which has glossy skin are price figures, because they are low budget products to begin with. So this is the best tip I can give you guys today on identifying bootleg figures, but there are so many other ways to identify them, which I will only talk about when I'm ready to share it with you guys. Alright, I suppose that is all about this figure, this bootleg figure of Hu Tao. In fact, I also have another video on a bootleg in a coming future, in within a month's time I think. Though that one is once again a different topic from what I'm talking about today, about this Hu Tao figure, so we shall see. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you do have any additional questions on bootleg versus genuine figures, yeah, just drop it in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.